Good afternoon, everybody. My name's Hugh. I'm here at an incredibly sunny Berthon. We are in a heat wave, and I'm looking at this superb Seaward 35 today. She is brand new to the market. We've already had loads of interest, and she's been on the market about a day. So let's go have a look around. Super competent semi-displacement hull, a proper passage-making long-distance motorboat. Let's go check her out. So we thought it'd be useful for you to have a look at TIPANIE and see her in her natural environment. Here we are striding up Solent. It's a good force 6 blowing from the west. Bit of sea running today. We were getting absolutely soaked, myself and Harry, in the photo rib that TIPANIE was running along. She used her wipers a few times. They were having a nice time bouncing up and down on those cab sprung seats, but she's just showing off her really super elegant semi-displacement gate here. Built in 2006 by Seaward Marine on the Isle of Wight, she is an Arthur Marcel and TT boat designed semi-displacement hull form. So you've got a thumping great keel running down the middle of the boat, twin screw running on a pair of Yanmar diesels. They are built in a nigh-on commercial fashion, so a lot of these boats are used as pilot boats or as commercial operators for people such as the police and harbour authorities. But they're just built like an absolute brick outhouse, so you've got substantial black fendering around her so she can come alongside. You've got really decent overgauged stainless steel rails right the way around, and she has a custom rail inside for moving forward on. She's fairly rare insofar as she has a second outer helm in her aft cockpit. Today driving from the inside and using those big wing wipers to full effect. But she's got a really relaxed sea gate, so it was properly blowing this day, and she just takes it all in her stride. Very flat through the turn, as you can see her coming into the breeze. Super wide side decks are very safe on board, and yeah, you're sitting in a pair of sprung adjustable cab seats, so the owners were having a great time, whereas we were getting absolutely rinsed on the rib. Let's have a look at her out of the water. And as if by magic, you now join us at a very bright sunny day at the mighty Berthon Steamship Company. And just to reiterate, we're looking at TIPANIE. She is a 2006 Seaward 35. Blue hull. She's copper coated beneath the waterline, so staying nice and slippy throughout the season. You can see her engine exhausts here, bathing platform. She's got a nice aft ladder. Loads of caging around her, Eberspacher heater, and these are your Humphrey tabs, which give you trim ability. Rudder for either side and prop speed on those to keep them slippy. And we've got a stern thruster on her. Having a look at the anoding here on her prop shaft, and there are rope cutters on each piece of stern gear. She's fitted with beaching legs, which are just carried in a neat aft lazarette. She's in beautiful condition for age. So we got these two wide D-fender stripes right the way around her. Bow thruster tucked into a nicely flared hull aperture there. It's a really super commercial looking boat. Plenty of V in her hull and a nice fine forefoot. And a superb looking boat. So both practical, seaworthy and great inside. We'll go and take a look around her decks now. So white polished superstructure, defendering right the way around her, grey treadmaster on deck, teak bathing platform with a couple of davits for a dinghy. There is one on board. And then she's got a beautiful aft deck area. Plenty of super strong mooring kit, that big fender again, and then we've got a hoop ladder over the top. Fender baskets on either side, and it takes us into this aft cockpit. So it's all laid to teak with a large seat running around the aft radius. Raised helm position just over to starboard. Got updated kit Nice throttles, bow and stern thruster, autopilot, chain counter, Humphreys tree indicators, Yanmar throttles, EPIRB, and that's all neatly tucked away. If you just fold it across, you can either sit on it or keep that out of the way. So the life raft sits underneath there, and then we have storage all the way around underneath this seating. So bilge pump in there, a bit large lazarette, which we'll have a look at in a second, and then we've got a big frame for this bimini that stretches right the way over, and there's also a forward section going to the screen. Water and tanks are in little fillers. That just shows you exactly what she is. So really nice aluminium framed windows, plenty of grab rails. This is really, really strong stuff, and it goes right up to my hip, so very, very easy to walk around on this Treadmaster. And we've got a customs grab rail running right the way forward from the screen. A couple of opening hatches, FLIR camera on the top, and this really substantial customs rail with a little bit of net between the mid-rail and the deck level also. So up in the forward V, electric windlass with controls both from here and aft and inside. Got a substantial Rockner on the front for maximum holding power. Then a really nice white polished superstructure with a pair of screens. Good ventilation below, a couple of opening port lights with blinds beneath. There's a wraparound screen cover that goes all over this, so she is presented in absolutely beautiful, beautiful condition. Sliding window there, other windows are sealed. This is the screen and her main radar arch, so we've got an upgraded radar on there, Raymarine radar, and that's allied to a nice suite of instruments. So getting into the working area, we've got this really nice pair of proper teak entrance doors. Really nice strong windows, and she's fitted out in oak, so a lot of these were fitted out in teak. I really like this oak interior. It's very light, it's very airy, it makes the boat feel big. And then we've got a couple of shaded lights over the top, pair of helm seats with adjustable arms, built by Cab, and they sit on these springs here. We've got more storage underneath, and a really, really great console. So big screen. We've got emergency bilge pump activation lights there to let you know what's going on, and these are to let you know what lights are on. VHF, done just over 1100 hours, both the Yanmars, well serviced up. Last service was April 2024, but it's a really, really nice place to be. For the co-pilot, we've got exactly the same type of seat, so sitting on a sprung base, and the whole lot actually pivots forward if you need a bit more length in here for sleeping on. So you've got your main 12-volt switching, all running down here. We've got a weather station, registration plate. She's heated, she's got air conditioning also. There's more wiring. The back panel is just in here. It's really, really neatly done. Look at that. Really nice buzz bar, everything properly laid out, and all the terminals are in great nick. That's the cab sprung seat, which flicks up like that, and then there's a cushion that drops in to make a bigger berth. We've got drawers and stowage everywhere, so not a bit of space wasted. TV just sits neatly in this cabinet. We've got bottle storage in the cabinet aft, just about there. So you've got a rack of stuff there, and then you've got fiddles right the way around. Really big windows. We've got red lights when needed, which are switchable in the saloon and down below. Big grab pole here just as you're making your way forward, and then just to port we have the RCD plate, your tank tender gauge, which is graduated for different liquids in different tanks. Just showing there that she's Cat B, so she's rated to offshore. And then you're down into the main sort of lower accommodation. So to port, you're dropping down, you've got two facing bench seats. That all drops down to make into a large occasional double. Plenty of light coming in, really nice galley sat over to starboard. So it's quite a long workspace. You've got everything you need here. So you've got oven, a hob, just the ignition there for that hob. Loads of storage again. in here. It's got a spring just to keep that shut. And then plenty of lights right the way through here. Fire blanket. This is this really nice oak joinery. So it drops down here. You've actually got a drawer underneath the floor, underneath the table. There we are. And then we've got more kit accessible underneath here, underneath this extinguisher. So you've got tank selection here, Wi-Fi router, all of that kind of stuff. And then we've got main panel for electrical generator, inverters, etc. is all dealt with here. Access to the back of the wiring to your lower steering hydraulics and RCDs is just through here. Got a heater control just for this area. It's a really, really great use of space. So we've got a shower over to starboard, head over to port. Loads of locker space again, and a V-berth up in the bows. So we'll have a look at the heads here. It's really light and airy. You've got plenty of light coming in, both natural and artificial, and it's an electric head in there with a nice ventilator in the roof. Then if we look over to the starboard side here, we've got a shower with a little shelf in there. Again, a wash basin over on that side, so it keeps everything nicely separate. And you can lock off the whole forward cabin using this clever Jack Jill door with a lock there. But the joinery is absolutely first class. It is really, really rare to find this kind of finish. And it just adds to the sort of the heavyweight capabilities of this boat. She's got really nice laminate flooring, got even more storage in here. Right up forward, it's one of Seaward's little quirky fun things. You've got a light in the anchor locker so you can see how your chain is set. Storage port and starboard, access down right into the bilge. We've got seacock down there, and then we've got bilge pumps in the major compartments. It's a really, really, really super level of finish. And then down in here we have a pair of engines. So if we just flick up this floor, which is nicely insulated, I am looking down on a pair of 315s. There's a nice gas strut there to stop it flicking down onto your leg. And we've got fire extinguisher forward. We've got tanks right down the centre line, typical Nelson style, so you've got your weight in the right place. Looking aft here, we've got the generator, we've got wired in heaters to keep the lot nice and warm over the winter. Over to port, just over the fuel tank and manifold, we've got a fuel polishing system, which is a Seaward, so you spin your fuel before it goes through your primary filters or your secondary filters. Great access to everything here, so gearboxes, batteries, all of that stuff. It's really easy to get to, and it is super clean. So yeah, they've run just under about 1100 hours, and that's your main engine bay. So moving back through the aft cockpit, we've got a nice teak deck. Jump down this ladder, and we've got masses and masses of storage. So forward to the electricals, then round to port. We've got storage with a tender. It's really great for a 35-foot boat. It's got masses and masses of stowage. There are water tanks underneath port and starboard. This is one of those beaching legs, and then access to rudders. But yeah, she is in absolutely beautiful condition. We've known this boat for a good long time. Her name is TIPANIE. She is a 2006 Seaward 35. If you'd like any more information, please do give us a call, and very many thanks for watching this video. Finally finished. It's a little bit lumpy. It must be coming up to around the island time, so just getting some met in for you avid watchers.